AskReddit by Mudito Browser Reddit. Which legendary Reddit post comment can you still not get over? There was a post on RAWW of a gorilla using sign language to tell people not to feed it or something to that effect. To this day, I still laugh when I think about a comment that said, "It's a shame there's so many deaf gorillas." How useful and sadly how often I share this advice on insurance after a fire or sequels share and amp. UTM medium equals IOSAP and amp. UTM name equals IASF. I know other people have it saved as I'm not the only one who goes back to repost it, but it's invaluable in the aftermath of an emergency. It's not applicable to just fires. I shared this with friends who were brushed by a tornado that went through earlier this year. Whoever wrote that did many people one hell of a service. This actually reminds me of the excellent "you just won the lottery and now you're fucked" comments here. https://www.reddit.com/askreddit/comments/what's_the_happiest_for_5word_here/what's_the_word_for/wyo_5. This one guy was on the toilet, and he sneezed while he was taking a shit. That same moment, the power in his house went out. He proceeded to cry because he thought he shit himself blind. That time, https://www.reddit.com/r/formula1/comment/b-ask/if_you_could_within_a_year/closed bracket a person on our Formula 1 asked if you could eliminate a race within the year, which would it be, and why, which looked rather bad when taken out of context, especially in our all. Wow, didn't expect to see our Formula 1 here, and I've been here for over 10 hours. Haven't seen this posted yet, so I'll add this dude's 4 rules for getting your shit together. https://get-disciplined/comments/1q96b5/I_just_dot_care_about_my_self/cedar4af/ Someone in our homeowners trying to get rid of ants in their house. Tons of comments. One fellow redditor suggested maybe there were no ants, that they were hallucinations due to carbon monoxide poisoning. OP had his house tested and turns out there were, in fact, no ants and he was hallucinating them due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Till carbon monoxide can make you see ants. I can't remember everything about the post or even which sub it was in, but I think about this one a lot. OP was staying in a hotel and the person in the room next to them was blasting Sesame Street. They suddenly heard a grown man yell, "God damn it, Mr. Noodle." Every account on Reddit is a bot except you. https://www.reddit.com/r/what_bot_accounts_what_should_people_know/close bracket. What the hell was going on there, lol? This comment, https://www.reddit.com/r//gainit/comment/2zfjmf/bad_day_at_completely_the_mat_completely_completely_closed bracket from Arnold Schwarzenegger lifting up a guy who had a terrible day at the gym. I always say don't be afraid of failure, because how far can you really fall? You found out to the ground. It's right there. Now you know it isn't anything that should scare you. Believe I saw it on Reddit, a RedTech related post. Guy starts a new job as a system admin, no other it at the place. Previous admin had been there for just about fucking forever and left behind some documentation. but not enough to make the job easy. The guy finds a note from the previous tech with a few missed tips, and then says if there is a critical emergency and everything else has failed, there is a box in the server room behind the switch, open only as a last resort. Guy is there for a few years, metaphorical fires get fixed, he learns the tricks of the place, but one day the server doesn't boot, tries everything, can't get it to work, all the files are there, the company can't function, actual fires are about to start. Guy freaks out and remembers the emergency box and figures now should be an emergency and figures maybe the guy left access info to site backups or tape drives or some sort of disaster recovery and goes into the server room. Behind the switch is a box, pulls it out and opens it to find a bottle of tequila. I need the link to this one. This is amazing. I still love the Our Shower Thoughts post. Going waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay sounds like a great time if you don't know what either of those things are. I love this. The AskReddit where drug dealers talk about having to turn their customers into child protective services. Shit got bleak. https://www.reddit.com/r/serious_drug_have_you_ever/ I forget the whole thing but something along the lines of a guy had to go to a dinner with his wife's parents. Ate some edibles not realizing how strong they were. And he was sweating like a pig claiming how spicy the food was. Then his wife was like, we've only had the appetizer bread and water. I have no idea how to get the link but it had me in tears the first time. Trust me it's way funnier than I make it to be. HM equals IO sap and amp. UTM name equals IASF. This 14-year kid in a NSFW post when asked what he was doing there and he replied, I don't go to work. I mean, they're not wrong. There was an AskReddit thread that said, what do you think nobody in the world is doing right now? Top comment was masturbating to me. Top reply was just rubbed one out for yap. Godspeed sir. Edit. Found it E equals share and amp. UTM medium equals IO sap and amp. UTM name equals IASF. That one Redditor that spent his entire grandmother's inheritance on a Twitch streamer, thinking they were going to get married. And X200B. Edit. I am providing the link since so many people are interested. Full disclaimer, I had to close my laptop from cringing so hard the first time I read it. You've been warned. M equals thoughts, https://www.reddit.com/r/sadcringe/comments/x05u/wasting_your_your_grandmas_in_heartens_your_in_close bracket. The first comment is the transcription. Scroll down instead of trying to read the blurry image. So a while back there was a post I think on our Incinepia Facebook of a woman looking for a bus to hold 60 people for a church function and was so fucking hostile and rude about it. In one post she says next, and for months on Reddit people were always saying next to everything but it seemed nobody besides me remembers this and I can't find the post. Edit. Okay, so apparently I'm not the only one who remembers this. Wish it would make a comeback. Everyone remembers this. Next. There's an absolutely amazing comment about grief coming in waves that has stuck with me for a very long time. I'm on mobile so apologies for the shitty link, but it's a beautiful read. https://www.reddit.com/r/assistance/comments/hack0t/comment/c1u0rx2. If you want to cry, the podcast Endless Thread spoke with the author of this comment in one of their episodes. I believe the title was Shipwrecked. I was listening to it while out for a run a while back and I was openly crying in the street. The post where a woman is saying how her husband and Phil are prepping for her to die during childbirth even though she and fetus are perfectly healthy. They 100% were plotting to kill her and there not being an update has me scared for her. You morbid mummy 11. It's been 5 months, no updates. 8 about the guy who ate 6 feet of sub at a friend's party, still can't get over it. The story of you spontaneous. It's shocking how little it took for him to turn into a full-blown heroin addict, but the documentation of their spiral was more convincing than any dare program I could have thought of. Ooh, I know this one. I just saw it a few days ago and my god. It is a roller coaster. There was one that I've never been able to find again, but some guy insulted somebody and he replied with something like says the virgin with a 3-inch penis and provided links from the other guy's post history that proved both those assertions. It was an absolute burial. You love to see it. One time someone had gone digging through my comment history on another account and said you post in our anime so you're clearly just a fat neck but who will die alone. I looked at his post history and his literal last post was on relationship advice saying I am a fat neck but who will probably die alone. I guess people really do project their insecurities onto others. The man whose girlfriend buried his canned beans in the woods. Edit. Folks have posted it down the chain, but here is the link to the insane story. https://www.reddit.com/r/tifu/demanding_my_show_me/closed bracket My favorite response to that story is the guy with the metal detector who says I'll find those fucking beans. The noisy gobshite story. https://old.reddit.com/r/I don't work here lady/do_yo_no_who_and_I_am_you're_fired_until_they/closed bracket comma and the follow-up posts. A very interesting, funny, well-told story. Then it takes a turn. Warning. Emotions. This needs to be higher up. I spent the best part of half an hour reading the whole saga, completely enthralled. I'm surprised not to see this one. A guy peed on a pregnancy test on whim, and it came back positive. I think he did find out he had testicular cancer, and thankfully survived. I watched the Woody Harrelson I'm here to talk about Rampart AMA debacle happen in real time. I think it's one of the only times I ever actually participated in an AMA as it was happening rather than reading the whole thing later. It was magical. Woody Harrelson's AMA, https://www.reddit.com/r/IAMA/comments/p9a1v/I am_Woody_Harrelson_ama/close bracket. The guy who always worked in being beaten by jumper cables by his father into every comment. Urajersiman 10. I've been on the toilet for about an hour now and can't move my legs because of this post. The description of how rabies kills you. Edit. Link it up for a DV4 Zykes context equals 3. Edit again. Just want to credit that original poster was you hot dogen. All those I'm never going out again comments are hitting differently in 2020. It's Zombie Bagel Guy Reddit original or was that reposted from somewhere? Edit. Found it. Zombie Bagel Guy. https://www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/comment/1rgpdf/comment/cd naive QE close bracket. I think of this one often lol. There was a guy on Twitter that had a son with his ex-wife and he moved away and started a new family. This man was a mechanic his whole life and with his first son had promised him when he was like 4-6 that he'd get this sweet car they'd worked on. Instead he gives it to his 16-year-old son from the second marriage and his first son was furious. Like never speaking to you again furious. Dad was dumbfounded. Then the son sent him a video where dad promised him the car at his birthday party. Turns out his first son went to school to be a mechanic like his dad. This MFer had never even once asked what his son was doing with his life. I've never been so sad reading a story on Reddit. The man who attempted to throw his steak out the window. His wife followed up with her version a little later. Edit. Thanks for the golden awards. Link. I remember some guy asked Reddit what movie really made an impact on their life, and some guy said Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and somehow every post from that point on would end up relating to Paul Blart. Even made some leaks into other threads. Wait, that's what that was about. I remember seeing Paul Blart, Mall Cop on the most random posts on Mayo. A recent one, but that 40-something-year-old guy who bought like 5 Pliton bikes to give to the family of his 21-year-old Eastern European wife because they told him it was tradition in their country. Excuse me, what? The guy on our Wall Street bits who got blocked by the Fed on Twitter because he kept tweeting printer goes brrrrrrrr at them every day. Kind of an edge joke, but just thinking about the effort it takes for a government entity to block you individually on Twitter is hilarious to me. Honestly, I think about it every time I'm having a bad day. HTM medium equals IOSAP and amp. UTM name equals IASF. The dude who took pictures of his own balls and electrocuted them to prove a scientific point. Edit. Source. NSFW of equals Android app and amp. UTM source equals share. I fucking love how he did it out of spite to prove one dude wrong. Deleted. That wasn't the tipping point. The whole mess boiled over a month later after Victoria Taylor lost her job. Pow basically set herself up as the fall guy and scapegoated herself, and people didn't realize until after she'd gone. The Iranian yogurt is not the issue here. https://www.reddit.com/r/ater_4_throwing_away_boyfriends_potentially/close bracket. He's not a hoarder. Now there are 2,100 cartons of yogurt in our apartment. The OG post was Christians, what would you do if you died and instead of Jesus it was Anubis? Best comment ever, nice fursuit Jeezy boy. You Winchester 247. There was a post about how a guy closed an elevator door on a dad and son who were trying to make it. The guy thought he was pressing the open button, so he smiled at them the entire time it closed on them. Edit. My god. Rip my inbox. Reddit cringe. I closed the elevator door on a toddler and his dad. https://www.reddit.com/r/cringe/closed_the_elevator_door_and_I_and_his/. Here's the OG post, I believe. The image of this is hilarious. Edit. You mobile 1502, as the original guy on this, thanks for the laughs. So way back when, 2008 to 2009, some redditor got very excited over his 2 AM chili and posted an extensive tutorial, in full fuck yeah bell peppers style. Naturally, this became a meme. Concurrently, another editor posted nothing less than the life hack of the century. Freeze a block of water, squirt shower gel on top, freeze that, and now you have ice soap. TM. This was a fine enough goof, but the ARP's insistence that this was much more efficient than putting shower gel on one's body made it become a meme. So what happens when two memes are popular at the same time? Exactly. Someone froze a block of chili and rubbed their body with it, and achieved the coveted #1 spot. This site is weird like that. Sorry, no links as I'm on mobile. Many thanks to whomever is willing to dig them up. Deleted. There was some discussion in comments about Slav squat, and someone asked what is Slav and the reply was baby don't hurt me no more. Something I will never forget. The guy who secretly eats an entire pizza and chicken wings in his backyard while his wife sleeps and amp. UTM medium equals IOSAP and amp. UTM name equals IASF. Edit. I think why this post was so legendary was because it was so outlandish but also so relatable and wholesome. Like at least half the times I go grocery shopping for my family I first go through the Taco Bell drive-thru and mow down on a couple delicious temptations in my car. It's a fun little secret I have and it feels great to know someone else gets it on a level x1000. XD. There was a post a month or so ago about a girl whose boyfriend kept telling her she smells bad no matter how undeniably good she smelled. Finally he admitted that he was just telling her she smelled bad to keep her self-esteem low enough she wouldn't leave him. Then she immediately dumped him. Saddest part is he probably only learned not to admit it next time. The guy who got hit by a car, I think, lived an entire life with a wife and kid he loved very much, only to wake up on the pavement realizing it was all fake. The dude who had a girlfriend that struggled to quit smoking so he decided to take up smoking for a month just so he could show her how easy it is to quit if you are totally dedicated to quitting. He still smokes 10 years later, she quit a long time ago. Edit, re and amp, UTM medium equals IOSAP and amp, UTM name equals IASF. Reminds me of the Redditor, who tried heroin on a whim, https://www.reddit.com/r/spontaneous_heroin_gets_dies_gets/closed bracket and then became addicted. This post where the comments are edited to make op look really weird, funny. HP and amp, UTM source equals share. Love that one. Deleted. Original perpetrator post, https://www.reddit.com/r/a_258/through_a_now_being/closed bracket. Original employee post, https://legaladvis/strict_int_eat_work/closed bracket. This is the one where the redditors put it together. You can find more conversation about the original posts here, https://w.reddit.com/r/best_of-legaladvis/comments/883cvg/till_that_some_Jewish_people_are_super_stish/closed bracket. Ugra pointed out, the perpetrator's original post is "You fuck blue shells rant on our grilled cheese about what exactly a grilled cheese sandwich is and how the sub has gone straight to hell with all the pictures of what are technically melts. I think about it whenever I make a sandwich, which is frequently." He. Edit. Our melts is where you should go if your taste buds are too undignified to appreciate the simple beauty of cheese, butter, and bread. Because sometimes you just wanna add some tomato, damn it. Edit 2. I don't feel like digging through the man's profile, but when I first read the linked post, I went through and looked at his comments on our grilled cheese, and the best one was on a picture of a dessert grilled cheese that featured mascarpone and berries. I think it's been a while. That simply said there is no God. You're letting me live in your head rent free, huh? Doesn't sound very healthy to me. https://old.reddit.com/r/creepy/got_a_my_from_my_rap_in_the/ OP gets a notification from a smart camera that someone was at their door in the middle of the night, and the top, or close to the top, comment was simply "I don't like it." Also Rick Astley's AMA, M equals amp and amp, UTM name equals amp comment iterations and amp, UTM term equals control to and amp, UTM content equals comments view all. Edit, I should have put it too spooky warning for the first link. I should not have clicked the first one.